with the grace of God Almighty. And it is the effort, it is the endeavor, it is the time that we put in by the Sahaba Ridwanullah alayhim, the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then those who have compiled the hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. All we have to do, let me tell you, all we have to do is listen and read, learn, and bring it into our practice, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah. Myself first and foremost, and then you, all of you that are out there listening and trying to learn, trying to seek bi'iznillahi ta'ala. So today, my beloveds, on this beautiful program, what did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say with Imran Muhammad? I want to share a beautiful hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. Are you ready? Yes, you are, mashallah. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, that the beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, has said, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. Once more, وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, whoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the day of judgment, right? Whoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last day or the day of judgment, let him honor his guests. Narrated in Al-Bukhari, one of the most authentic compilations of hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. Now, my beloveds, this is a part of a hadith, which we have shared with you earlier as well, which we have studied in part of this series. What did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? Do please go back to some of these hadiths of Rasulullah, and inshallah ta'ala you will see that some of the topics are related, they are similar bi'iznillah. So there's numerous hadiths which touch on different aspects and different elements, right, of certain type of behavior. Now, in that particular hadith, in the previous hadith that we spoke about, that spoke about speaking and keeping silent, that it was better to stay silent than saying something bad, saying something which is not nice. Do you understand? Now, this part of the hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, this part which we just mentioned and presented in front of you, my beloveds. Now, it's speaking and to do. Now, within this hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, it talks about honoring a guest, honoring someone who comes to your home, providing for them, caring for them, looking after them. Now, Allah's Messenger Rasulullah ﷺ informs us, you and I, in this hadith, that the believer in Allah and the last day, the believer in Allah, you and I believe in Allah, you know, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. We believe this. This is our belief. We believe in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we believe in Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day of judgment. We believe that we are accountable on the day of judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you and I, what did you do on this earth? How did you behave? Right? What did you say to people? Were you nice? Or were you bad? Were you kind? Or were you miserly? What were you? Right? These are the questions that are going to be asked. So Rasulullah is saying, the believer, the person of Iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the day of judgment is generous to his guests. That it is part of our characteristics. It's part of being a believer, a person of Iman, that he is generous. He looks after his guests and his visitors that come to his home. Because, my beloveds, you may have heard from your parents, you may have heard from your elders, okay, when someone comes to your home, right, they wo apna rizq lekar aate hain, hai na? Look at the beautiful aspect and element. That if you are fearful, it is also said within our tradition, if you are fearful that you don't have food at home, you're fearful that you do not have that much sustenance at home, what is said, whatever little you have, cook it and invite people into your home. And when you will invite them, right? What's going to happen? Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, through them individuals who will come to your home, they risk, their bounty on them will also come to your home. Right? No human being fulfills the right of another human being, because we are just vessels of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what we are. Is Allah the one who is the provider? Khairul Razaqeen. He is the greatest of providers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Of risk and food and water. So my beloved, when a guest comes into your home, a guest is mercy. Right? This is why we honor the guest. This shows, my beloved, that anywhere a Muslim travels, he will feel right at home when he comes across his Muslim brothers. Right? Or he comes across people who are of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. How about the honor to live amongst, mashallah, alhamdulillah, Arabs, people of different nationalities and ethnicities and etc. But of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Wallahi, I have seen the true generosity of these people. They themselves might not have too much. I was in, with the grace of God Almighty, a number of years ago, approximately in 2010. I was in Somalia, and we went there part of a charitable organization and etc. Jamiyat al-Khairat al-Islamiyya. And within that particular journey, we came across people who, when we talk about being poor, in a state of impoverished state, right, not having too much or so much in their own personal lives, but wallahi, the generosity that I saw there, the sense of giving, and especially the hospitality that they showed to their guests, was second to none. We had gone to a number of villages, mashallah, alhamdulillah, because it was a massive drought. And in them places, right, when you talk about the lack of water, you understand when you're living in a desert or you live in an arid, environment. So we went there, we saw, and people, they had made food for us. We were like, why are you making food for us? It's difficult for you to have food. They go, no, you are our guests. It's our honor. Because they understood when the guests come, the guest brings mercy, ease, harmony. So my beloveds, as believers, we are people who have open arms, and we invite those in who have less than us, my beloved. So my beloveds, I say to you, this is why this essence, this idea of caring, taking, looking after, and bringing in these visitors and guests and looking after the guests, this increases the feeling of brotherhood and love among the Muslim community as a whole. And not only this, let me share with you, mashallah, alhamdulillah, many young people now and elderly people, we have soup kitchens, people who cook food, right? And they go out and they share their food with the homeless, people who don't have home, people who do not have shelter. By doing this deed, doing this act, alhamdulillah, you are partaking in the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You're caring and taking care of humanity, first and foremost. And secondly, you are making it easy for yourself. Because whatever you and I give in the way of Allah on the day of judgment is going to be in our favor. It's going to be in our favor. It's going to it's going to benefit you and I. Right? On the day of judgment, you will say, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where did all these virtues come from? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to say, this is the charity, this is the prayers, this is the supplication that you used to do in the world. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq, inshallah, to implement, to bring this within ourselves, be kind and loving and caring towards our guests and our visitors, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon you. Till next time, alhamdulillah. What did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say? This was Imran Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi